also don't need this thing tumbling down. What's up? What's poppin', guys? I am back on live like I promised. I said that I was gonna go back on live, and here I am. I am back like I said I would be. Excuse me, Fendi. Whoo, child. Had some good food. I actually need to start cooking. I'm probably gonna go grocery shopping tomorrow. Oh, I should go live. But I'm trying to think, do they be playing music at the grocery store that I go to? Because I'm not gonna go. I might go to Rouse, and I think they do. I gotta see. But anyways, but anyways, I am back. Let's see how long I'm gonna last on live. I don't want to last at least an hour. Hopefully people who are watching will try to stay, okay. Try to stay in here for at least 5 minutes so I can get these little hours up or whatever. But I wanted to talk about something because I just realized that next month makes 9 years since I've moved to LA. Which, hi, how are you? Which is crazy to me. I keep forgetting about this chat. I have to. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. Sorry about your loss. And don't be sorry. That's, that's a serious thing. So, I am not 14. I am grown. I got an oil stain on my freaking onesie. Hold on, guys. I need to get my charger. Let me get my charger. I'll be right back. Shh. Got it. Got my charger. Plug it in. So y'all don't die on me. Ooh. But yes. Shh, come here. Oh, I can look at the chat here. No, I am not married. Hello. I am 29. I turned 29 last month. But yeah, so I just realized, just sitting here thinking, thank you for subbing, T-Ball. Thank you. But yeah, I was just thinking, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I've actually lived out here for 9 years and lasted, which is kind of crazy. It's one of those things, like when I was in high school, I always knew I wanted to move to LA. I always knew I wanted to move out here and do what I am doing, which, if you don't know, I'm a professional dancer. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for the sub and for saying I have a cute dog. But yeah, I am a professional dancer here in LA, and it's crazy. I can't believe that I lasted this long and that I still like what I do and still get excited for for booking jobs and certain opportunities that I do have. But yeah, I just remember being in high school always saying that I wanted to move to LA, and now I'm out here, and it's been 9 years, which is crazy. I'm thinking about doing like a video about. I'm thinking about like doing a video about just living in LA because I feel like that's a lot, honestly. People, especially being in the entertainment business, you hear so many negative things. And to be honest, like, I cannot say that it's as bad as people make it. I feel like you hear all of these like horror stories with all of these celebrities and stuff, and people just think that that's just LA and that's every LA party, and or if you go to those parties, that's what everybody is down to do. And it's just like that's really not the case, honestly. I feel like if you have good faith, you know, whoever you pray to, and you know who you are as a person, and you don't fall easily for people's shenanigans, you know, you won't experience, I would say, the negative side of Hollywood, you know? But I feel like like how to last is just being yourself, you know? Just being yourself, staying true to who you are in your faith, and just know that everything will work out for you. Because honestly, my journey out here was not easy. It was actually, it had its ups and its downs, like ups and its downs, I should say. Like when I first moved out here, I was super excited, of course, you know. This is my first time living anywhere outside of New York and New Jersey. This was my first time being away, living somewhere and being away from my family. And I have extended family out here. I have a bunch of friends. Luckily, like I had a lot of friends that already lived out here that was either from California or from LA, or they had already had moved out here. So I had like friend wise, I had a community already, which is very, very, very important. I know it's really hard, especially in this industry, to make genuine friends, you know? And I was lucky enough to already have my friend group, and majority of the people when I moved out here that I would hang out with every day is literally still my core friends. I do have some added new ones, which I'll talk about that. But yeah, you know, when I first moved out here, it was super exciting. It was super fun. It had its moments within the first 2 years of like being homesick and just missing my family, you know. But my family, I was lucky enough that my family came to visit me very, very often. Like my mom, she spends summers out here. My sister, my niece, my cousin comes at least yearly. So that was always good for me. And I did go home. I do go home. Not as often as I would like, but I do go home. Thank you for wetting my whole jumpsuit. He's literally like licking me and it's making a stain. Whatever. Are you okay? Got hair in your face. But yeah, yeah, the journey wasn't easy. Like, you know, you think things are gonna happen for you one way and it doesn't. And I just lost faith in myself. I got sidetracked. I lost faith in myself. I lost my confidence. I was depressed for like 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years. And I was ready to just pack it all up and move back home. This is ridiculous. Pack it all up, move it back home. And I'm glad I didn't, honestly, because what would I have been doing? What would I be doing at home? Like, let's be for real. Like, I probably would still be making content, but yeah, But I had went to the workshop for the Clippers, their dance team, and I got a straight to finals pass and made the team. Well, I got a straight to finals pass, So I skipped the first day of auditions, went to the final day, and actually made the team. And I'm so thankful for that opportunity. I was on the team for 6 seasons. Didn't think I would last that long, honestly. I told myself probably like 2 to 3 seasons. But COVID happened my second year. So, of course, you want to, you're going to keep going back after a situation like that, because the whole point of the job is to perform. And it wasn't like there was a lot of other opportunities happening at that time. So it just really made sense for me to stay. Even though you have to re-audition every year, but my third season, technically, we did not have to re-audition. So yeah, but I made that, and I'm so happy and so blessed to have made the team, because it built me up. I was definitely coming off of my depression around the time that I auditioned, and joining the team gave me like a sense of comfort. It gave me an outlet. It gave me a new family, new friends. And it was just like, wow, I'm getting up pretty much every day and getting to do what I love. And it made me fall back in love with dance, fall back in love with myself, made me realize, like, how talented I really am, and I can't give up. But yeah, I did that for 6 seasons, which was amazing. I've literally gained like my best friends through that experience, which I am so happy about. Um, yeah, I like met my like super best friend, who she's been on my YouTube channel in a couple of videos, but Tiffany, we were both rookie sisters together. And then the next season I met Kayla, and then I met Taya, and then my last season I met Anissa. And honestly, like, I love them down, like down. I would do anything literally for them. And I'm like, I really thank Clippers, because honestly, I don't think any of our roads would have crossed had it not been for Clippers. Like, because when you're at auditions and stuff, like, you see people, but you don't like really have an opportunity to make friends with somebody, unless you're on a job with them. At auditions, you don't really see people. Like, you see them, but you don't have an opportunity to really talk to them. And if you are talking to them, you're making small talk. It's not like getting to know, I'm trying to like gain a friend type of thing, unless you constantly see people. But yeah, and then this 6 seasons of Clippers, and booked a lot of other amazing things after that, which is so much fun, and I'm so thankful. And it's just like, I'm just so thankful for the blessings that have come my way. Even I'm thankful for the no's. I'm thankful for the no's too, because as much as certain jobs that I did not get, that I really, 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 really wanted, I am so thankful for those no's. And it's a very weird thing to say. It really is, but I am a big believer, especially now that everything happens for a reason, and what's for me will never pass me. And at that time, I did not understand that. I didn't want to hear that. Like, I knew it. I knew this the statement, the saying, but I just didn't like. It's just weird. Like, when you get turned down from something that you really wanted, in the moment, you're not trying to hear all of that motivational stuff. Let's be honest, you're really not trying to hear all of that. But now that I look back and I reflect, it's like, wow, either God was protecting me, or just that job just really wasn't for me. Like, it just really wasn't. I wasn't supposed to do those jobs. And the jobs that I have done since living out here have been amazing. I haven't had honestly, knock on wood, I haven't had any negative experience with any of the jobs that I've done out here, which is great. You know, for some people, that's not common, you know? I've never been on a job where I felt uncomfortable or I felt like people were degrading me or, you know, or just disrespectful. Like I haven't had that experience, and I'm so thankful. Out of like the 9 years of me being out here, I've never had that type of experience, even like in party culture, because I do go to a lot of industry events with one of my closest guy friends. And even then, like I've never had that Holly weird experience, and I'm truly, 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 truly thankful for that, because honestly, it's scary, you know, with all of these cases with these like celebrities now, and like hearing the allegations. It's just like unbelievable. Honestly, it's unbelievable, because it's just like, wow, like and it makes you sit and think, like, start reevaluating and like replaying certain parties and stuff. Yes, I do. Um, it makes you, um, Finny, come here. It makes you replace. Come here. Come here. Come here. Calm down. He hears another dog barking in the hallway, but it makes you replay a lot of situations in your head, and I'm just like, wow, I've never had those type of experiences or saw anything weird, or felt like, oh snap, something's about to pop off in here. Never have I. Come here. Come here. Don't bark. Or bring me your toy. Bring me your toy. Give me 1 second. Your toy. Bring me your toy. Yeah, I've never had those type of experiences or even felt like something was gonna happen at any of the events that I've gone to. So I'm really, really thankful. But for 2025, and I talked about this a little bit in my live earlier, but I'm really betting on myself this year. I feel like this is the most confident I felt in myself in a while. I feel like the younger me is starting to come back, because the younger me was so confident. That girl was fearless, and I feel like she's coming back. And even in this whole content creator room, I'm starting to like feel more confident in myself with my videos, and not focusing as much on the numbers, because at the end of the day, people are going to watch it, people are going to like it, or they're not. And it's cool if you don't like it, if you don't want to watch it, totally fine, you know what I'm saying? But I used to care so much about the numbers, because I felt like that's what mattered the most. And in some cases, yes, the numbers do matter. But it got to a point where I felt like I cared so much about the numbers that, like, if I didn't get the numbers that I wanted, it was gonna make me nervous. It was gonna make me sorry, not nervous, but it was gonna make me feel bad. And I can say that it was a time where my numbers got low, even on YouTube, and I just stopped posting, and that's not good. Like, it's yeah, it's just like I oh my god. take a drink. I need a sip of my good handy dandy ginger ale. Also, Fendi, like, you got me looking dirty on here, bro. Like, why did you have to really lick my freaking chest? Anyway, back to what I was saying. But, but yeah, I felt like I cared so much about the numbers to the point where it made me not want to post. And I had to, like, snap back in and, like, tell myself, like, at the end of the day, there's people that actually look forward to your content and want to see your content. And it's crazy because one of my friends, I'm gonna shout her out, Stanley. Stanley texted me. When was that? I want to say like last month. If it wasn't last month, it was like November, and asked me when I was gonna start posting again on my YouTube because she actually loves watching my videos. Now, mind you, Stanley is like my friend, like my actual friend, like in real life, not just like a social media friend. And that really made me feel so good to know that like one of my actual friends like really supports me and actually looks forward to seeing my content. And that's when I was just like, you know what? There's people that actually care. There's people that actually like your content. So post for those people. And one day you're going to get the million views and all of that. So that's why I feel like this year is just like my year to really like lock in. And I don't know, I just felt like I just been having this feeling that good things are gonna come out of this year for me, but I have to do the work, you know? So I'm trying to put the work in, which is why I'm going live so much on YouTube because I saw a tip on Threads. Also, if y'all are not on Threads, you should be. Threads to me, I know like when Threads first came out, everybody was just like, another app. And like, I feel like people was on Threads for like a week or two and then just fell off of Threads because they felt like it was another version of Twitter or Instagram's version of Twitter. But I'm telling you, Threads is where you should be because I feel like Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now, we know it's just a very strange app, especially Twitter/X after dark. It's just a very strange app. I always say that is not an app that you can open up in public because you never know what will pop up on your screen. And it is funny, but I feel like Threads is for the people that want to network, the people that want to grow. And it doesn't have to be grow in a content like setting. It's just grow in general, like in your career. Like I see so many like people giving out tips or people looking to connect with people on Threads. So I'm telling you, if you're not on Threads, you should definitely get on Threads because Threads is a great networking platform. Like I actually love Threads. I'm like, I try to post on Threads every day, and I don't know, I just don't go on X as much. Like I feel like maybe 5 years ago, I was going on Twitter every single day. I barely open up that app unless people send me videos and stuff that's from Twitter. I barely go on there. But Threads, I go on every day. Threads is a really great platform. Like I said, if you're trying to network, you're trying to grow, that's the place to be because you will find so many tips, so many tricks, so many people looking to connect. Like that's just a great platform to be on. So, but yeah, I saw a tip on there about like how to gain watch hours on YouTube, and literally ever since I've been going live, my watch hours have skyrocketed. Like skyrocketed. I haven't seen these numbers of watch hours literally since the pandemic, at least on my channel. So it's really good to see like me putting in the work, me, and then like the growth from it. And I also like going live too because even if it's not 100 people in here, I don't have to edit. Like, I could just post my live. I mean, I could literally just go on live. It uploads automatically. I don't have to edit it. And people still watch it, and I still get the watch hours from it. So, yeah. But I'm low-key pissed that I got a copyright flag on my last one. But that was because I was in the store. And even though I was in Hobby Lobby, I wasn't thinking. Because if you've ever been to Hobby Lobby, then you know they play like Christian-based music. But it's all instrumental. So I wasn't really thinking about the copyright in the moment until I got off of live and I saw once it uploaded that I got flagged, and I was just like, dang. But it's okay. That's like one video. And Bendy, come here, because he's gonna start barking. Child, he's about to start barking. But yeah, I want to do more. I want to do. Come here. Come here. Oh, he wants to play. I want to do more like shop with me type videos, but I feel like that's going to have to probably, come on, pass me a toy. I feel like that's probably going to have to be more of a long form content, and I could just put music on top, you know, because clearly I can't just shop and be on live. So I don't want to like keep getting like copywriting strikes. So, but yeah, I was just really just sitting here just reflecting like, wow, I really can't believe I've been living in LA for 9 years. And people always ask like, am I going to go back home, or like, what's next? Like, what am I going to do? And I always say like, I don't see myself moving back to New York or New Jersey. I don't see it. Like, would it be nice? Yes. But I felt like it's crazy because like my immediate family, yes, is in New York, New Jersey. But my family as a whole is just spread out all over. So like it, to me, it's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a dying need for me to move back to New York or New Jersey. Um, But you also, I just never know, you know? One day I might just be like, you know what? I do want to move there. But I'm also like, I'm getting older. It's giving, you know, close to time to like, you know, get married and settle down and have a family. And clearly I live in LA. I live across country. So I always say like, it depends on my husband as well. Like, if his job is a job that takes him to different places, then I guess I'm moving, unless we buy a house or build a house and set up home base somewhere. But as of right now, LA is my home. That's just, yeah, LA is my home for right now. I just moved in, well, not just, but I've been living in my own apartment, which this is my first solo apartment, and I love it. I love living by myself. I mean, granted, if you've been following me on other social media platforms, and you know, I used to live with my cousin, and I loved living with him too, but I felt like I don't know what it's like to live alone. You know, I didn't know what it's like to live alone. Like, I went from living with my mom to living with roommates for like, no, I wouldn't say a bunch of roommates, but I lived with roommates for pretty much eight years. So now this is like my first year, well, 9 years, I guess you could say. 8.5, whatever, with living with roommates. So now I want to learn how to like live by myself, because I feel like that's a great way to learn who you are as a person, you know? So living by myself, and then moving in with Mama Aunt. But yeah, living with roommates, let's talk about that, because honestly, I have so many roommate stories. So when I first moved out here, I'm not gonna say everybody's name, but I'll say some people's names. But moved out here, first lived with my friend Katie, loved it. Love her. Katie was like, I guess people would say Katie was the perfect roommate because the job that Katie had required her to be gone pretty much from Thursday to Monday. So Katie was never really home, like never really home. And when she was home, that girl was asleep. Come here. Come. Come here. When she was home, she would sleep to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like we knew that we was not gonna see or hear Katie until 2 o'clock and later. Like Katie was so much fun. And then she would wake up. Oh, I miss Katie. She would wake up and like literally text us, "What do you want from Starbucks?" And then it got to a point where she just memorized everybody's Starbucks order. So then she would just wake up, go to Starbucks, and come back with a bunch of Starbucks for everybody. But first it was like me and Katie. Then it was me, Katie, Swag, which is my cousin, and another person. And whew, that was cool, until it wasn't. And the other person was Katie's friend, not my friend. And I thought she was cool, like it's the first day of us moving was rough. Like it was bad. I'll say that, but not because of her. It was because of her mother. And but then things got cool, But then she had a boyfriend, and things just started to get weird, So that roommate situation did not last very long, and then me, Swag, and two other people moved in together, and that's when I started realizing that, like, you don't really know people until you live with them. Because just because a lot of us, I always put this out there, a lot of us, like, grew up dancing together, so that's how we knew each other. And we were friends while we were dancing with each other as kids, but then now we're adults and we're on our own. And it's just like, you don't know how people are until you live with them, like, literally. And yeah, yeah, mm-mm. So then we moved out of that situation, and then it was me, Swag, and then Swag's friend because he was tired of being the only boy in the house. And child, that's when I knew I couldn't do roommates no more. That living situation, I was like, I can't do this anymore. This person was so dirty. Like so dirty. Like it's yeah, it should be studied how dirty that person was. I don't know if that person is still like that to this day. I pray to God that that person grew up and is not like that anymore. But yeah, very dirty. And it just was not a healthy environment for anybody to live in, honestly. And it was like one of those situations where it's just like, okay, so there's three grown people living in here. Nobody's gonna clean up. Fine, I'll clean up, And I was constantly cleaning, which is not a problem, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna clean my house no matter who's living here. But I was like, I was also working at the time, and that was my rookie season of Clippers too. So it's just like between work, I'm either getting up super early because I was working at Pink. So I used to do like shipment shifts sometimes, most of the time. And then Clippers, I wasn't getting home till like 11 o'clock at night between rehearsals and game days. So it was just like to be gone pretty much all day and then come home and the house is filthy, or the person is sitting in the same spot that you left them in 12 hours ago, or the person is there and him and his girlfriend is arguing the whole time. Like it was just too much, and I was just like over it. Like I never wanted to break a lease before, but that was like the first time that I was like, I'm gonna break this lease. Like however much it costs, like that's what it's giving. And I remember like I remember texting Swag, and it was like, 'cause this was around the time that Swag was traveling, like teaching a lot. So because he couldn't stand living there either, he started teaching. in like China, in the Netherlands. Like, I mean, granted, he was doing it for a check, so of course, but he also couldn't stand being in that house. So it was like any opportunity he had to get out, he was out. And so I remember texting him and being like, "Hey, I'm planning on moving out. I'm about to go look at apartments. You down?" And he texted me back and was just like, "No, because I'm tired of moving. Like, I just want to stay in this place, blah, blah, blah." Mind you, rent was so good. Like, it was the ideal rent, you know? Especially for young people. Granted, we came from a place where before we moved there, me and Swag came from a place where we had amenities. So we had a gym, we had a clubhouse, we had a pool, we had like workspace rooms, it had a music studio room. Like, we're used to a place with amenities, and we moved to a place that did not have any amenities. It had a gym, but it had like one set of weights, one treadmill, and that was pretty much it. So I really wouldn't say that that was a gym for real, but the rent was very ideal, like very, very, very ideal. I think I was paying like $600 or $700. Like, I think that was like a piece, which is amazing. But I needed to get out of there. And then so I was just like, yeah, no, like, rent is great. I just don't feel like moving. So I was just like, okay, cool. One thing about me, when my mind is set, I am out of there. So I remember like going, looking at places, like looking at places, and was like, okay, I think I'm gonna move into this one particular building. The only reason why I'm not gonna say this one building is because it's very close to where I live now. Um, and we moved to this. I was looking at this one building, and I was just like, okay, I think this is gonna be the place. But I wanted to look again. Like, I'm the type of person, like, if our lease is up, at that time our lease used to be up in like April. I went in January, and I normally am the type, like, a lot of places allow you to like see apartments that's available at that time and rent, but now I think they kind of stopped that a little bit. But anyway, I feel like a week went by, a situation in the house happened, if I'm not mistaken, and then Swag was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. Let's go tour." And I was just like, "Okay, well, I've owned this building. Is close, you know. We, because still at this time I had no car. This whole entire time I had no vehicle. So I needed to be. So I used to that the place we used to live was in Van Nuys, right? So I used to have to come all the way to a certain area to catch transportation to go downtown. And I had to take like a bus to get to the metro, right? So I was like, we need to live someplace very central, close to where we need to be, which is the area we currently live in and we moved back to at that time. And we found a 2 bedroom. That 2 bedroom was amazing. We had we had 4 balconies because our living room had like a little baby. When I say balconies, they weren't like huge. Like, they were kind of like baby balconies. Like, the most I was able to fit was 2 chairs and a table, but it wasn't like a lounge type. At least the ones that was in the bedroom and the one that was in the living room. Then there was another one. We had basically two balconies in the living room. So one was like the little baby one, and then one was like a huge one because the apartment was on the corner. So it was like the whole corner was like the balcony, and we had the whatchamacallit, the washer and dryer on there, which I hated that. I don't know. Granted, like, not having a washer and dryer in the apartment made the apartment bigger, but I hated not having a washer and dryer in the apartment because when it's cold and or it's raining outside, like, to have to go out there and do my laundry was diabolical. But that apartment started getting real sus. So we lasted there for 2 years, but also like COVID hit, so that was a whole nother thing. But it was like, cool or whatever. And then we moved to we were tired of being in that area, in this area at the time, and we moved to Canoga Park / Woodland Hills. Love, 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 love. We were the first people to move into that building. First to be in our apartment, which we never had that experience. Well, actually, we did have that experience when we was in Van Nuys, but different. Like this place was, we got all these amenities back. Like, ugh, love it. But management. They switched like management companies, and the building went downhill. And then I was just tired. Like as much as I love that area, like I needed to be closer to where auditions were because sitting in traffic before an audition is just too much. Like it's too much stress, way too much. So we moved back and we moved into where we live now, and we live together, and then now we live separate, but we live literally in the same building. And me and Swag, my cousin, we live on two different sides. So it's kind of like we live in two different buildings, but it's the same. It's literally the same apartment complex. But yeah, I'm just like thinking, and I'm like, wow, this was a journey. This was a journey. Like I can't believe it. Even like watching my some of my YouTube videos from when I first started doing YouTube, which was when I lived out here, to now, it's just like it's like wow, like I'm glad that I was able to document different moments of my life. And it's like I could tell mentally where I was in each video. And a lot of people could not tell, I feel like. Like I definitely made videos while I was in my depression, and I don't think it comes off as a depressed person at all. Which is why, and I did make a video it talking about me being in my 2 year depression, and it's crazy that not crazy because I know I didn't tell people that I was depressed. But that was the first time, like, pretty much everybody found out that I was depressed was from that video. But it's like I was really a functioning depressed person, which I don't recommend. I mean, granted, I'm glad that I was able to like get up and go and do all the things that I needed to do, but I definitely Fendi, you don't have to bark at the dog. Fendi, come here. But it's like I really wish that at that time I really I really wish that I at that time like went and talked to somebody about the things that I was going through, because sometimes I feel like not even sometimes, I feel like all the times it's so good to have somebody that's like out like that doesn't know you to talk to, because I feel like in ways when you talk to people that you know, they tend to talk like oh, how can I word this? Like they understand but they don't understand, and it's just like they they still try to make you, I'm not going to say they invalidate your feelings because I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't take it that far, but yeah, I just don't know. I don't really know how to word it. I just think it's better to get an opinion from the outside, from somebody who don't know you, somebody who is not in your world, you know, like in the industry, you know, getting like somebody who doesn't know anything about the industry's opinion. Because I think for me, that's what was affecting me. Like my life was not going the way I thought it was going to go. Come here. Please don't kick that off the bed. Come here. Come here, Fendi. He's having a really bad day, like today. Normally, he'll bark a little bit and he'll be chill for majority of the day, like sleep majority of the day. I don't know what's going on today, but today I think it's a lot of, I think all the dogs, at least on this floor, is going through it because they're all barking like crazy. And yeah, he's just not having the best day that he could have. Because I feel like in my other videos, you barely hear him. Like there's sometimes you can hear him, but But yeah, guys, LA has been a journey, but I also feel like in a way it's been 9 years, but it's just beginning. Because I feel like I'm mentally, emotionally, and physically much stronger than I probably ever was living out here. So I'm just excited. I'm so excited for this year. I'm so excited to see like all the things that I accomplished this year because like I said, even though things didn't really go as planned, this month was lined up to be like the best start of a year that I've had in a very, 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 very long time. So I'm like, even though because of the fires, things didn't play out the way it was supposed to be. Just knowing that like God was not playing with me, well, God was not playing about me for the start of this year. Yeah, yeah. It's just I'm like, thank you, God. I see what you're trying to do for me. I see it. I see it. And it's crazy to like, you always hear like, oh, God is gonna place things in your life when you're ready, when He knows that you're ready. And I feel like there's so many times where it's like I felt like I'm ready, like I'm here, like I'm doing all the things, but like I guess I really wasn't ready. But this year, He showed me you're ready. You're ready to take over, and I'm ready to do it. I'm so ready to do it. Like I'm so excited. I'm getting my hair done actually tomorrow. Crazy, the week is going by so fast. Getting my hair done tomorrow. Filming some content on Friday. That Friday. That video will be posted on Monday. I think I'm going to make Mondays my upload days now. My upload days used to be Wednesday, but I get so impatient. Like when I film a video, I be ready to post that video, especially if I'm excited, if it's something that I'm excited about. So I think Mondays. I think I feel like Mondays is going to be my upload days. Like that's the days that I am going to be posting. So definitely, if you follow me, have your post notification bell, like notifications on, so you know when I'm uploading. Um, and just be on the lookout for my content. I'm gonna still go live. I'm gonna try to go live every day until the end of February, just to see how I like going live and just tracking like engagement and all of that stuff. I'm gonna try to go live multiple times a day. I did a sleep live and I think that one actually really helped. So I think I'm gonna do another sleep live. Which a sleep live is basically like I go on live and you guys watch me sleep. Kind of weird, but people like it. That one got a lot of I gained a lot of traction from that. So yeah, I'm gonna probably do one of those again, probably tonight. But I'm excited. I'm so excited for this year. Even last year, like it's crazy because I don't know if I talked about it on this live, but I talked about it on my live earlier about me being laid off. And from the moment I was laid off, like so many things, like when I say the floodgates just opened, and I was just like, dang, was that what was like holding me back? My job, like literally, like so many things. Like I worked with I collab, well not collab, but I got invited to Fendi a concert, like a brand night out with Pattern Beauty, and I was just like, wow, that was my first time like doing anything with Pattern, and the team was like so amazing, so nice. I met so many amazing influencers that night. And then I just got invited to so many more events. Like it was like event after event after event, and I'm like, wow, like dang, that's all that was like, that's all that was waiting for me. Like I just needed to get laid off of my job, and then I was gonna start getting blessed. Which is a crazy statement, but it's true. Literally, it's true. But I don't know. I feel like the way that my year ended, you know, set the tone for, I think, how my year is going to be this year. And it's crazy because, like I said, I don't really have feelings like that often where I feel like I'm like this is gonna be a breakthrough year. So the fact that I'm feeling that, I'm like, no, let me get my ish together. You know, let me get myself, because clearly I'm holding myself back. Clearly it's me. Like it's not like God is ready, but it's me. And I think now that I have been putting like betting on myself, like I'm literally seeing the benefit. Fendi, say hello. I literally just watched a video of my first 24 hours with him, and he was so tiny. And I mean, he's still cute, but he was so tiny and so freaking cute. And like, he had brown ears. His ears are still a little brown, not as much as it was when he was a baby. But it's like, oh my God, Fendi, I like documented your whole little journey. And now he's just big, and he actually kind of bamboozled me because I thought he was gonna be like a really tiny dog. Like I low key wanted a teacup size dog, and yeah, I didn't realize like with toy size they still get bigger, and it's crazy because he was the smallest out of his litter. Like he was the smallest one, which is why I wanted him, because I thought he was gonna be super small, but I thought he was gonna be so light. It was gonna be easier to travel with him. I was totally wrong. He is so heavy, and I feel like when you have other bags, it's just I felt like I was being weighed down. But this year, Fendi, we're gonna conquer traveling with you, right? I used to travel with him on Southwest because Southwest I think was only charging like $85 each way. But now they charge like 100 and something, like every other airline, and I'm like, for all of that, I might as well start doing straight flights, because I think with him, the the layovers just don't work, because I take him out of his bag to go to the bathroom and stuff and let him like walk around, and then him having to get back in his bag is just not good. So yeah, I'm gonna try, but literally trying to do like to go home to New York, a 6 hour flight with him, I'm super nervous. Like I think we need to start with smaller flights, like 3 hours, and see how that goes, because a 3 hour straight flight is better than a 6 hour straight flight with him. And I think I don't know, because I have to get extra space, because child, trying to these planes have gotten smaller, and I don't care what anyone says. Like I definitely think they're building these planes much smaller, because where was I going? I want to say I was coming home from my birthday trip. I want to say I was coming home from my birthday trip, because that's the flight I didn't have extra space. And when I tell you, I was like, why do I feel like my knees is at the back of the chair in front of me? Like it's literally my knees in the chair. And I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'4" ish. So if I'm feeling cramped, I can only imagine the people who are like super tall, how they feel on these planes. And they fill them up to the max, which also bothers me, because I like having a row to myself. Like I like not having people sit next to me. Also, I experienced my flight going for my birthday trip. We went to Miami, and I experienced on American Airlines their premium cabin for the first time. Anytime I'm on an American Airlines plane, and it's the flagship plane, and they have the premium seats available, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and spend the extra money. Because when I tell you, it was worth the extra coinage. And it's crazy because I had booked that flight in January. My birthday's in December. It was a completely different plane from what I booked. So I had booked like on like one of their like older planes. It was row 8. Then closer to the trip, they switched the planes because it was holiday time, so they probably needed and I think that flight was sold out. And they gave me the same seat, and that seat adds up to premium. I can just never go back. I can never, ever, 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 ever go back to main cabin on a flagship plane. I just can't. But I got 5 more minutes left on here, guys, and this has been awesome. I feel like I'm gaining more confidence with going live, because honestly, when I used to go live on Instagram, well, not even really Instagram, on TikTok, it was just awkward. Unless I was doing my makeup, to me, it was so awkward. The reason why I say not Instagram, because one, majority of my family follows me on Instagram, and they'll pop into my live. And when Instagram live first like came out, mindless behavior was still like a thing. And I used to have like a lot of mindless behavior fans on my lives, and all they would want to talk about is like my friends. So I feel like that's why I feel like it wasn't awkward going on Instagram live. To me, TikTok live was a little weird, but also I feel like, have y'all gone on Big O, like when Big O was like a thing during the pandemic? Because to me, TikTok totally come here. TikTok totally stole the whole like gifts and all of that thing from Big O. Like when I first really went on live and people were sending me gifts on TikTok, I was like, this is literally Big O. Hold on. Ooh. I was like, this is literally Big O, but on TikTok. It's crazy how these apps will steal from each other and expect no one to really notice. But I'm like, am I the only person that felt like this looks like Big O, or no? I love a cold, crisp ginger ale. Like, love it. But yeah, I'm waiting for it to get to 61 minutes, and I'm hopping off of here, and then I'm gonna get back on live, but it's gonna be my sleepy time live, and majority of the world will be asleep. So ooh, I need to get my nails done. They are so grown out. And that's the only thing I hate about my nails. I feel like when I try to grow my natural nails out, they don't grow, they break. But then as soon as I put on Gel-X, they grow so fast. And now I have to get them done again. Granted, this is a very old set, but, and my fingers it's starting to hurt my fingers because I'm like banging my fingers and stuff like that. And they're lifting. But also what I think is highway robbery is when people charge you to take off the nails. Because, like, why are you charging for that? That should be an automatic service. Just like, I don't understand how people charge you extra money when they do your hair. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wash my hair. You're supposed to do this stuff. Why is it an extra charge? That I don't get. But yeah, I hope everybody had a really, 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 really great day. I hope it was productive. I hope, everything went well throughout your day. I hope your night is going well. And yeah, thank y'all for getting on live with me and listening to me ramble. Because that's literally what this was, me rambling, child. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I love the support. I love you guys so much. And I'm so thankful. And I'm actually really glad that I saw that tip on Threads about going live, because honestly, I don't think I would have ever went live on YouTube had I not seen that tip. So shout out to the girl. I don't remember her, but I don't remember like her Threads name, but shout out to her because if it wasn't for her, child, I would not be sitting up here on live, because I always knew that you can go live on YouTube, but I'm like, who goes live on YouTube? Honestly, I feel like in general, lives are so good for gamers because it's interactive, it's something to really do. But when you don't game, like, what are you really going live for? You know what I'm saying? But I actually kind of like it. Um, Tomorrow I'm getting my hair done. I'm not live streaming that. But Friday I'm gonna live stream like a whole get ready with me. So stay tuned. I love you guys. Have a great night. See y'all.